There was like a cruise ship.
Okay, I like
All
it.
right.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a word that if you don't spell correctly, you're getting a 10. Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Oh, with confidence.
You can't get me with that, Kev.
I didn't think so.
smart.
Okay. All right.
Don't go easy on him, Kev.
Okay, I just wanted.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Gotta knock Smug Jr. down a peg.
Okay, let's go with recommend. How do you spell recommend?
Oh, this is such a hard word. Thank God for autocorrect.
What do you think on recommend?
Again, I think there's two C's.
I would like to recommend that you not misspell this word.
But is there two N's in there too?
Oh, I didn't think of that. There might be.
Or is there one? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense.
Let's see.
Recommend.
RECCOMMED?
Went two C's, two men.
That didn't sound right.
There's only one C, isn't
One
there?
C, two M's.
Darn
Yeah.
it. All right,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Hopefully this
I got on
thing-
the dump button.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bring in the pain. Oh, come on, man.
Didn't work.
Oh, are you all right? I heard that. What was that noise?
I don't know what that noise was, but my gosh.
I've never heard a noise come out of that thing like that. What was that?
Alien
Oh,
sound
that was-
over the
What
broadcast.
was that?
Oh my god.
Kevin, Virginia, and Jason are live on 97.9 WRMF and the KVJ Show app.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Good morning. Happy Fat Tuesday. Yeah. What up? Virginia's in New Orleans. She's in the heart of it all, celebrating. We talked to her yesterday. If you missed it, it was a little bit later on in the show. We'd found out from Twitter that the previous day she had woken up with an inflatable guitar stuck to her face and she was missing her pants. And then yesterday we heard her story about her and her drunk sister playing adult hide and seek without her sister telling her, and then she went and hid in the closet and they couldn't find it for 5 hours.
Is Panda with her?
Yeah, he is. And I just, because he's not a big drinker.
At all.
And every photo that I've seen that's been posted up on social media, every female that Virginia's with, it's her sister and it's Panda's cousin, and every single photo that has been posted, every one of them has a drink.
Except for Magnolia. Magnolia does not have a
the
drink.
two ladies I mentioned, yes. No, I'm not saying Magnolia's drinking. No. But yeah, so, I mean, he's got to be caught up in this. The only sober ones are he, Rocco, and Magnolia, it appears.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty much how it usually is.
Sounds like that's what he's kind of like working through. So he's in the middle of all the insanity in New Orleans. They might be the only 3 sober people in the entire city.
So Virginia said that you can do New Orleans family style too. It's not always about raging. There's culture. There's all kinds of parades.
Yeah, I think the parades, they do them so that they're not adult themed. Kids can catch beads. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, it can be family events. I think it's a lot of people probably actually do that.
Do you still hate parades? I know at one point you did not like them.
I don't get them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just...
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of them. No, they don't do anything for me. Yeah.
Some people really love them.
I know. And you know what? God bless them. They do. I don't love standing around in crowds. I've had some bad experiences. Keep in mind, I was in a parade and I got pickpocketed.
Yeah,
So
that'll stick with you.
That was a bad experience. To me, just sitting there and watching people walk by,
It was a big deal growing up, and I
Yeah.
think every little town probably has their own little small town parade. Mine was in Lake Park, and it was down Park Avenue, and the one year they said my dad could be the crime dog. Fred, what's his name?
McGruff.
McGruff, the crime dog.
The crime dog,
He was
yeah.
getting ready to do it, and then they took it away from him.
What do you mean they took it away
They
from
gave it
him?
to somebody else.
How do you do that?
I know. It was
You
a
can't
big
do that.
Oh, my mom did not like that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I can only imagine.
I mean, as a little kid, your dad's going to be playing the crime dog in the parade. Huge deal.
That's a big to-do. And then all of a sudden it's just stripped away from him?
Took it away from us.
Oh, yes, this is terrible.
The dream is over.
It's one of you guys like parades at all either. So, yeah, Virginia's going to be back on Friday's show, and so that means we'll be playing some Mardi Gras drunk trivia. So I wonder, because today isn't the concept. Now, I'm not Catholic, and I think it's mainly a Catholic thing, isn't it? The whole Mardi Gras. So it's like you blow it out, today, and then tomorrow starts Ash Wednesday, and then you've got to pretty much go sober or whatever it is you vow to give up.
Yeah, my mom and Ann was big. Is Lent coming up? Is that what this leads into?
I think that's what it is, and I think you give up something that apparently is near and dear to you, and so a lot of people, whether it be eating food or drinking booze or whatever it is, like today is your last day to blow it out.
I wonder what Ann's given up, because she does practice this. If you had to guess, what do you think she's given up this year?
She's probably going to make it feel like it's something that means something, but it's not.
That's a bold statement. I'd like to get her opinion on your opinion about that.
Okay, all right. Possibly donuts. Didn't she do donuts one year?
Her and my mom did donuts one year, and then we
Yeah.
tried to tempt them with the donuts, and there was ants on them. It was a mess. It turned out.
No, we didn't send the donuts then, because that would have been a jerky move to try to tempt them out of their obligations.
Kev, I looked at an old file bit with
Yeah.
bits, and it was Lenten Busters, and the name of the bit, the description was Jaybird brings donuts to his mom Kay to see if she will break her lid. I swear to you, I just found it.
Really?
Yes.
No wonder she hates us. It's totally justified. Was that the time? I thought it was just nothing but a peace offering. Here it was just a prank.
I think we did it a couple times.
Okay.
I think we did donuts a couple times. One time was a true peace offering.
Yeah.
And it got
I
covered.
thought that was the time it got covered in ants. It was supposed to be a true peace offering.
So many donuts, Kevin. So many bits.
Well, then let's do Lent Busters again. Find out what she's doing. Let's see if she'll break. Did she break that year? Do you remember? With the donuts?
I don't know if Ann did. I can't remember. It was so long ago. I'm going to text Ann right now and see what she's given up.
Well, so I wonder if you're Catholic, is it for a lot of Catholics, is it one of those things where you make a New Year's resolution and then a lot of Catholics wind up breaking it? I would think it would be a lot more shameful to break your vow for Lent and go back on that than it would be just a New Year's, because a New Year's resolution is only something you're promising yourself. You do the thing for Lent. That's something between you and God, right? I think that'd be a bigger deal.
I'm not Catholic. My mom was.
Okay.
Ann's Catholic, so I'm getting answers now.
I'd ask Virginia. She's Catholic, but I don't think she knows either.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't. I don't know. She might know. She might explain it like that drunk history.
What was it she was saying yesterday? There was something she was explaining where the priest of the city does some kind of like thing and he absolves you and says go crazy and get hammered or something like that. Was she saying that, or did I dream that last night?
Was that yesterday?
Did anybody else hear that? Yesterday on the show when we have Virginia on, was she saying something about like some priest is kind of like just throws his hands up and says you guys have at it and tear loose? Or did I make that up in my mind?
Father Party? Is that pretty much?
It was kind of what it was. Yeah, see if there's anything in the call about that. Oddly enough, yeah, I'm getting this. I don't know what it is because I got a little bit of the bronch back or something, and so I'm on cough medicine, and so I'm trying to like sort out what really is happening and what's not.
It's a weird place to be where you don't know if your dreams are real.
I don't know.
You're morphing into both of them.
So I had that last night. I'm like, did Virginia say something about a priest saying go at it, like tear loose and party or something like that? I could have swore I heard something like that.
I don't remember her saying that, and that would have stood out to me.
Okay, all right, I'll try.
You're either losing your mind or I wasn't listening. One of the two.
Okay. Let me see. We got somebody said, yeah, that drive home for Virginia has got to suck after all that partying.
Oh, yeah.
I would think so. The only thing I can think is that she goes hard today. Tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. There's no partying. You kind of pack it up. You chill. And then doesn't she drive home on Thursday?
She's definitely going to party on a Wednesday. There's no way.
No, I don't know.
Kevin, I would bet my entire face on that.
She's going so hard. Like she went what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like 5 days in a row.
You're acting like you just started doing a show with her.
I know.
That whole thing with her doctor and the result. I think she got her results in from her doctor. Remember how she was all scared about these results she got?
Yeah.
She was
but
off
she said she was going to behave until Mardi Gras.
Yeah, she got her results in. She's fine. She's back. She's back, baby.
But she went and got more blood tests?
I think she finally got the results in.
Oh, because I thought the initial results said that she was high on everything, and that's why she was chilling out.
She did. I think she got her levels down.
So that means she went again to get more blood work.
She is convinced that her levels were high because of the food, not the alcohol. So I don't think you're going to see a stopping of the alcohol. I think you're going to see a stopping of the fatty foods.
Okay. Somebody texted in and said it was the mayor. Yeah, the mayor turns in the key and then lets him party. So it wasn't a priest, so it wasn't Father Party.
It was Mayor Party.
It's Mayor Party that does that, and so that's kind of what goes on, with the phone call. So, yeah. Says half is a NOLA thing and half it is a Catholic thing. So there you go. So that's where Virginia is until Friday. We'll try to check in with her a little bit later on today. See exactly what her party status is. Has she gone hard every single day?
Yeah.
She's not laying up today, right? I mean, today's the day she goes for it. Did she lay up yesterday?
I definitely didn't lay up yesterday. I guess the question for you is, do you want to lay up today? I mean, it is Fat Tuesday. Throw caution to the wind.
Oh, I just got back off a cruise, man.
Ah, come on,
I had a fat week. Trying to get people to jump on board. You should go at it, man. Today's your day. You got to pass.
Go at it by myself. Denny's is on a diet too. So he says anyway.
So he says. Yeah, we got to deal with that. We got a scandalous issue coming up here. I think Denny's is lying to you.
Oh, Kevin, I see so much from my window.
Wow.
People don't even know when I'm watching.
What? Oh, yeah. Denny's in there trying to act like he doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he don't know what we're about to bring up.
He's living a life of lies in there, Denny.
He's
about to be called out and busted.
He's a food liar.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to get to that coming up.
Did you miss a segment from the KVJ Show? Find it on kvjshow.com or soundcloud.com/KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay-Bird?
I got a buddy I played college baseball with I hadn't talked to in a while, and he listens to the Weird and Whatever podcast, and we talk a lot about, people missing children and missing people and cold case files and all that. And he tells me a story that I never knew about him. So he's 12 years old, and this couple kidnaps him, takes him out to a field. He's gone for 24 hours.
Whoa.
The cops are looking for him. There's this big search for him. Helicopters are involved. Now this is back like in, the late 80s, early 90s. And he's gone for over 24 hours, and then the couple just let him go, so he goes home. And all this went down, and then he tells me that none of it happened, and that his parents both passed away thinking that he really got kidnapped. The whole town thought he got kidnapped. It never happened. He was actually... He snuck out and went camping with a girl for 24 hours, was scared to go back, and then just made up that whole story.
Wow.
And everybody believed him.
Right.
And he's telling me the story now, and he said I could talk about it. I said, I'm not giving any details what his name is, but isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Everybody still believed it they still believe it to this day.
Gosh. And even now, like, people that are close to him are going to the grave.
His parents went to the grave thinking he really got kidnapped, and he's got some guilt about it now. But all those police officers were looking for him.
I had a buddy had the exact opposite of that. He got kidnapped. I guess I don't know if it's called kidnapping, but his dad and his mom got divorced, and his dad took him and his sister to another state, and the mom freaked out and turned into this whole thing. But when they came back, she told him not to tell anyone, so they made up a different story about it. So he was doing the opposite. He was pretending like he wasn't kidnapped.
Wow.
It was weird. It was the opposite. And then later in life, he's like, oh, yeah, I was definitely kidnapped at that time. He's like, my mom told me to downplay it.
I just wonder if anyone has a lie they had since a kid that everyone still believes, but you know in your heart that it's not true.
And you had a lot of people that were. I mean, I'm sure we have lies that no one ever found out, but I mean something where a whole town got involved
to that level.
Yeah.
To where the police, there's helicopters involved. It was a big deal. He told me it was a massive deal in his little area, and that he made this story about this couple that kidnapped him. Couple wasn't real.
Well, I mean, that's happened happens actually a lot more than you think. I mean, look at the Jussie Smollett story, if that turns out to be true, where he made that up. And I know there's been other stories that we've had in the news where people, we go all crazy about something, we find out the person made up the whole thing.
It's just, I thought it was interesting, just the fact that he really hadn't told anybody that this was a lie. Since he was 12, this guy's in his 40s.
Wow. What you got on your mind today, Denny's?
I was just see what you guys thought about this article about the gym teacher who got fired for playing Fortnite with his kids. Have you seen that?
I have seen that, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that he gets fired for that? Because here's the thing with the technology evolving and with teachers and such. I get if you're just playing willy-nilly Fortnite with kids, that's not good. But what he was doing was he was offering kids who studied hard and got good grades would then go to their parents with consent, and he said he would play with them on Fortnite because he found that was the only thing to motivate them.
Okay.
as part of their prize is that they got to play Fortnite with him.
How'd this become a problem if it's with parental consent?
That's what he said. He got parents' consent on it. And, well, so I guess the school found out that a bunch of kids were playing Fortnite with the teacher, and that's all. And then they fired him.
So maybe he got consent from the parents, but didn't go through the administration.
He might not have gone through administration on this. But he said that he noticed in class that all the kids talked about Fortnite. And so he thought about it. Wait a minute. If you guys get good grades, I will play you in a game of Fortnite. And he noticed that the kids studied hard and got good grades, and he got consent to play this game with the kids.
I like the motivation.
It's a modern day motivation in order to get people to be inspired. If that's what kids are into, you have to use something to inspire them.
People are really hung up on video games. They always assume if you're playing video games, you're rotting your brain. You're sitting on the couch. You're doing nothing. If you're adult, you're a pot smoker. You just play video games. You're a loser, and that's not true. You actually can learn a lot from video games if done the right way.
Yeah.
Well, the game's changed a little bit with the video games. So I just thought that was kind of foul to fire a guy for trying to find a way to incentivize kids in order to do better.
Yeah, I do too. And I know you say, well, you got to run something like that by the administration. But I mean, honestly, like there's so much stuff that is going on. Imagine then if every teacher, every idea they want to do. And I think teachers should come up with creative ways to try to engage their kids. If they had to go and wait for every idea to be approved and this and that, you never get anything done.
I have a lot of friends that are teachers. I mean, your wife's a teacher, and I just know that they are in such a bubble where they start to do anything a little outside that bubble, the administration comes down on them.
They do.
Well, it's too bad because, I mean, to get kids to engage and pull them in, you got to do creative things like that. And I know from my son who plays Fortnite like crazy, he's 10. He's got a lot of friends that play online, and that's what it would be. So I know maybe some people who don't know would be like, oh, that's creepy. Is the teacher coming over? No. I mean, he could be at home
for sure
doing his whole thing. And because my son's always trying to get celebrities who play Fortnite to jump on and play with him. And so, obviously they never are. But that's a big deal, getting, certain people to play a game with you. If I were a kid, I would think that would be huge. My teacher's playing Fortnite with me, and it's one game. And
oh, absolutely. He did one day, did a whole match with a bunch of kids, and then the school found out about it.
Video games it taught me how to play and learn every rule of baseball. It made me very knowledgeable when it came to the rules of baseball, and I wouldn't have learned that without a video game.
Oh, for sure. And a lot of the iPad stuff now, it's a game to incentivize you to learn. A lot of the stuff it's a game disguised as an educational.
I think it's the best way to do it. If they could do that, if you would plug kids into educational games all day long, it's captivating. Kids like it. It's challenging.
Now, if Virginia was here, I don't want no man playing video games with my kid. That's what she would say. She's against video games and she's against men.
Yeah, she would hate this story.
She would not. I think she would be. The administration did the right thing, Cam.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was foul. I mean, obviously you could read more into the story. I'm sure there's something, but
it's so funny because all the gamers, the gaming community really has this guy's back. This is gaming discrimination.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to, bring pitchforks and stakes, but at the same time, I feel like if somebody's trying to do something to help the kids, and they found a way to do it, and they noticed an improvement, then why are you being penalized for that?
That's basically every educational movie ever made, where the teacher's doing something out of the box, and the principal walks in, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? And that's part of the movie. They got to fight the administration.
Yeah,
it's just like the movie.
Yes.
And the administration's got to deal with the complaints from the parents. And then if they get enough complaints, then they lose their job by the superintendent. And so, it's all a vicious cycle. Somebody just texted in and said, okay, was this teacher playing with them during school or when they were at home and he was getting on his little headset? And they say if it's when he was at home and they're all at home, then it's inappropriate.
Yeah, he said he played 20 minutes. It was after school, 20 minutes.
In his van.
With
yeah, right.
In a room with
his
7.
story that we're not hearing.
Yeah, what are you leaving out of this story?
There's nothing. Creepy, Denny. I've read this on 3 different sites, but yeah, no, it was after school. It was about 20 minutes. He did a match with a few of his students.
Okay. In the classroom?
No. All through
after school. Yeah,
through Xbox Live.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, parents had approved.
So what he did was he made a online gamer tag just for this, so that people could find him.
So he's just playing from his room, and they're playing from their room. All right, this is really not a big deal.
I agree. I think it's overblown. I don't think it's a big deal at all either. This is a kind of a crazy story. I love the movie 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
And, they actually go to a clinic, and they're dealing with people with short-term memory issues and amnesia and things like that. Listen to this. There's a girl in North Carolina. She's a student in high school who is a real-life 50 First Dates. She, in 2017, was just kind of like hanging around with some of her friends, and some boy was goofing around and shoved somebody, and somebody fell backwards, and their head hit her like in the temple on her head, and she got a concussion. And, had some of the effects that happen with the concussion and some light memory loss and whatnot. And they said, look, 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to be fine. 2 weeks came, 3 weeks came. And what happens is every single day, just like in the movie 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore, her brain resets every single night when she sleeps, and she has no memories from the prior day. It's the exact condition. So apparently it's a real-life condition that you have in that movie, 50 First Dates. So she wakes up every single morning thinking it's October 13th, 2017, the day after the incident had happened.
Wow.
So does she remember anything else before? Or does she only just remember that one moment from the day before? Or does she remember her entire life?
She remembers all that, but anything that's happening, her mind is not retaining any information. So anything new that happens, anyone she meets, going to school really is pointless.
Yeah.
Because she's in there and she is still going through the motions and going to class every single day, but nothing's sticking.
Like the movie, do you have to explain to her what happened?
Her dad does. Yeah. So for nearly the last 500 days, her dad wakes up with her every single morning, goes in before and wakes her up, sits on her bed and says, hey, you were in an accident that happened. You got a concussion.
Is this real, Kev? Are we being trolled? Because this is just like 50 First Dates. I mean,
Yeah.
just like it.
Like Adam Sandler's there singing to her.
Is her favorite song by the Beach Boys?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
If it is, it's elaborate. Like it was on a news site and they did a news report on it. Her name is Caitlin, and when asked if Caitlin, his daughter, ever pushes back, he says, yeah, the most that she's ever done is act very surprised or say something like, how can that be? And when he does that, I explain to her that she's got a journal. It's on your desk. She has Post-it notes with all these kind of like questions that she might have, and it is exactly like 50 First Dates. I know what you're saying this is stealing the movie plot.
Her brother's on steroids, just like the movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll pull up the story for you.
No, I'm just
Yeah. And they asked him, the dad, they said, is it heartbreaking every morning? He said every single time, because he's got to go in there and he's just kind of hoping that maybe it'll be different. But for 500 days, it's been the same confused, like, wait, what's going on? And they talked to her later in the day, and she said, yeah, I've got to be very organized. So I have lots of Post-it notes that say, hey, let's do this, or this is new, or things to help me out. So it's not as hard as I'd imagine without them. And she's got special teachers now to kind of help her throughout the day. But every day that she meets the teacher, it's like meeting them for the first time. So she has a whole write-up on the teacher so she can be like, okay, I'm going to go see so-and-so, and this is what she does for me every day.
I can't stand this teacher. Be reminded that I don't like them.
Yeah, but any of that kind of stuff, yeah, you would think about that. Yeah, because any of those experiences you would have, that would be kind of odd because maybe something had happened the day before, so people might treat you differently. I mean, imagine what your friends are like because they're doing different things. And when the accident happened, probably different people had different boyfriends and girlfriends and all that kind of stuff.
The brain stuff really fascinates me. I got to send you that one video of that dude who got hit in the head. And now all of a sudden, after he got hit in the head, he's able to sculpt any animal within 20 minutes. He makes it look identical, and he couldn't do that before.
Right.
People get hit in the
How's that
head.
happen?
All of a sudden, they play piano. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
It's pretty crazy stuff. Well, coming up here in just a second, apparently Denny's is been carrying on a charade.
Huh.
Lying in front of Jerry Bird's face, and Jay Bird has busted him on it.
I'm glad you don't know what I'm talking about. That nervousness is good.
I don't know if I'm nervous. I don't know what you're talking about at all. All right. We'll see.
Can't believe Denny's been lying to you.
It would appear that way, Kev. The man needs a trial. We got to give him that. That's fair, but it doesn't look good.
I know one thing. In fact, you already started on me today. Today's Fat Tuesday, and you just want to have a good excuse. I mean, today it's prime. It's set up. You want to eat as bad as you can, but you need a good excuse to do it, or else your conscience kicks in. You feel bad.
I want a fat partner. I want someone. It's always more fun when you got someone to get dirty with.
Well, it's almost like you get to share the guilt too. You'd be like going, yeah, I did it, but so did so and so.
I'm starting to get back on that healthy train tomorrow.
Okay,
I
yeah,
am.
a lot of people are.
Yeah, I kind of already had that talk over the weekend with myself.
Today's Fat Tuesday. You kind of like blow it out. And
It's
then
time to blow it out.
tomorrow it's all good. So I know that you've been talking to Denny's. I think was it yesterday that you tried to get Denny's to have, what was it, the Cuban sandwich we were talking about? And Denny was like,
Trying to get me on that Cuban.
Yeah,
They're good. They're decadent though.
Yeah, there was something that he was trying to get you to eat, and you were just like, "Nah, I'm not feeling it right now."
He's made the statements how he's retired from pizza. He's not eating pizza anymore. The other day he was in one of my pizza blog photos. I felt like it pained him.
So apparently something happens that makes you suspicious that Denny's is actually lying about quitting pizza.
Well, I was just watching the sun go down from my window, as I often do in the evening, and I noticed a knock on the door. I see this Domino's guy coming up to my door. I'm like, what is this? I didn't order Domino's. What the hell's going on here? Is this just a gift from the gods, the pizza gods? Knock on the door, go, hello, how are you? Goes, yeah, you got a pizza? I go, I don't think I ordered a pizza. I go, what address are you looking? He gives me Denny's address. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. By the way, this is like the third time food has come to my house, and it's not, I didn't order it. I think they are so used to coming to my place. As soon as they see that area, they're like, it's got to be that guy.
It's like one of those things that just kind of like it takes over and they just walk in that direction.
I kid you not. I've had 2 orders come to my place that was not mine the last week. But yeah, he gives me the Denny's address.
I see what you're saying. So
Denny's had a pizza party, Kevin. I wasn't invited.
Really? So
Yeah.
you're ordering pizza
I don't
behind
like
Jaybird's
pizza.
back?
I hate pizza.
What
I
happened
see
here,
what's
Denny's?
happening
What do
here.
you have to say for yourself?
Denny's, I see everything from my window.
So Jen ordered some pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Jen's a teacher, so sometimes the teachers get together and they work on projects. And so what I'm thinking is you're talking about Jen ordering pizza last night from Domino's.
Denny's, did you or did you not consume a slice of pizza?
I actually had 0 pizza. I got a small sandwich. I ate half of it.
Okay. Your Honor, what do you think? Did he know about the pizza?
Well, I mean, he
He didn't have any. You're off the hook.
Yeah, the pizza,
You're
man.
off the hook.
It's real rough on my bowels. That's why I don't eat it.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it tears my boy up, man.
Yeah. So I think it's just the cheese. So first off, it makes you take like an extra day or 2 to poop, which is no fun.
Yeah.
And I'm a person who shines.
Yeah, you are up on that.
Well, so I mean, I'm
You
not
say
sure.
what, 3 times a day?
Yeah, I was
He
gonna say,
is.
what is it, 7 a.m.? Yeah, so 3 times a day I typically poop. So if it gets any sort of reduced from that, I feel like I'm like dizzy and tired and confused.
Throws you off.
It throws off my whole
Somebody's
evening.
got to kick it out.
It is weird. He doesn't get really alcohol hangovers, but he does get a pizza hangover, and he wears it. He wears it. on
There's
him.
certain foods that literally will debilitate me. Like I feel dizzy and tired from
It's your
eating
food
them.
kryptonite.
Yes.
Yeah, I know some people who do. They eat pizza and they like it, but they immediately get the pizza sweats, and it kind of takes them down and knocks them down a peg physically.
I think everybody probably has that. I've found foods like garlic is my number one.
Yeah.
It's my food kryptonite if I have it, and I love it. I love the taste of it. But boy, if I get it, look out.
Well, I've given up fried foods. Anything fried, I can't even. It used to be my favorite. I can't even eat it anymore.
I'm about to tell you, you look good. You lost some weight.
Oh, thank you, Bird.
He's building you up to try to
He's
get
trying
you
to
to
get-
be bad. Yeah,
No, I'm not.
it is. It's Fat
I am
Tuesday.
not. I'm not. My
Tuesday.
boy's trying to be, but I will say I will order breakfast on the bird today. I would love to hang out with Fat Kevin.
Can you do pancakes?
They're not my favorite.
Okay.
Are you a waffle man? What do you want for breakfast today? Let the bird take care of you. All you need, whatever you want.
I love it. So I'm kind of lame. I go I like poached eggs
It ain't that kind of
Oh, there
party,
you
and
go.
Denny.
wheat toast.
No, it ain't that kind of party.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
We want to be bad. It's Fat Tuesday.
I hear you. It's Fat
Come on,
Tuesday.
dude.
Maybe today. Who knows?
Okay. Coming up here in a second, I'll let you know the latest parent shaming trend that is going on. It actually started from a viral trend. Couple birthdays, though, going on first. Got to say, what up? Former Miami Hurricane and Dallas Cowboys still on TV doing the NFL stuff. Michael Irvin's turning 53 years old today. Notorious and crazy partier. In fact, you still see him, I think, pop up every now and then in Fort Lauderdale. Happy second birthday to Caitlin Katybug from Mommy Daddy, Justin Peanut, Huck, and Doggin Face. I don't know what that means. Huck and Doggin Face. I don't know if that's the dog's name or what. Also, a happy birthday to my twin brother, Ian. 23rd from Pat, so I guess happy birthday to you as well. Happy birthday to me and my sister, Victoria. Love listening to the show every morning. I want to wish her a super special Sweet 16 from Abigail. Also, Sophia, shout out to her husband, Justin. He changed my life, and I'm forever grateful. Happy 6th birthday to Carter from Mommy, Daddy, Bella, Jade, and CJ. And a happy birthday shout out to Jimmy, Love, Rose, and Ollie. He is adored and cherished. Yeah. Got a birthday shout out for somebody you want on the KVJ Show, all you got to do is just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com. Got a mystery sound here for you, and I already kind of gave you a clue as to what is going on in this mystery sound here. This is something that Jaybird recorded at his place. What do you think is going on here? It was kind of stemmed from a viral trend we talked about earlier. And in fact, I think it was on Friday's KVJ show.
What the hell is that? You got hair on it.
No, Chewy. Did he eat that?
He ate it.
Okay, all right. There's a couple of clues in the audio here. Okay, you hear that?
There's something's being wrestled around with or opened.
Your dad's just having a good time playing the guitar.
What the?
Yeah. Here's the other part of the clue. There is some kind of action noise.
You hear almost like a smack of some sort.
What the?
So, what exactly is this?
What the?
Okay.
He was so confused.
That's what we're looking for. What is going on in this mystery sound right here? If you've been listening to the KVJ show, you might know. Just let us know. What is going on in our mystery sound clip here today?
What the hell is that? You got hair on it.
No, Chewy. Did he eat that?
He ate it.
Yeah. I said the idea actually spurned from something we were talking about on Friday's KVJ show, a viral trend that is going on right now. So you got some big clues here.
And it's causing quite the controversy, this viral trend.
Yeah, and it's on the theme of parent shaming, too. Okay, that is the one action noise. Jaybird's dad is playing guitar.
What the?
Okay. And that is the second action noise you're going to hear.
What the?
So, that is what we're trying to figure out. What's going on here? Emily is on from Port St. Lucie. Emily, what do you think is going on here in this mystery sound today?
Okay, I feel like it sounds like Jason opening cheese and slapping it, throwing it in his dad's face.
Okay, opening up cheese, like American cheese slice, I guess. And then...
What the?
Is that it, Jared?
She got it.
That is it.
Cheesing. It's the new viral challenge. Everyone's cheesing, Kev, but they're not cheesing their dad. They're cheesing babies.
Yeah, and some people are starting to flip out about it. Some people think it's not funny at all. And it's causing some issues online. I am going to hook you up, Emily, for getting that correct with some tickets to Rapids Water Park, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You were so welcome. 4-pack of tickets for the 2019 opening happening this weekend.
We'll have that video up for you. We're having a little issue uploading it for some reason.
When we talked about it on Friday, that was the discussion I had. I'm like going, okay, is this funny or is it like cruel and unusual and just like, okay, that's not cool. And I thought it came down to what would make it funny is who you cheese and how. And some people were taking they had their toddler sitting there in the high chair and they were just taking a piece of cheese and whoosh, and slapping it on the kid's face.
Well, the baby looks all confused. It doesn't know what's going on. And it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna hurt the baby.
No, that's ultimately it. It's like, come on, it's not gonna, the baby's not gonna need therapy later on in life.
But a lot of people definitely thought it was not a cool move. Cool thing, my dad was cool with it after. He just was very confused.
I just think it's too easy. I think it all depends upon the circumstance in which you're cheesing somebody.
My dad was playing guitar. There was nowhere to run. He had to take the cheese.
Right.
And he's an adult.
Well, when you're just sitting there and you're kind of occupied with something else, I think that's the right environment. All of a sudden, you've got a piece of cheese stuck to your face. You're like, wait, what the? I mean, that's your dad did exactly what happens. That's the sound that you get.
You're right.
What the? So yeah, so we'll post that video up. You can check it out. Go follow us too on KVJ Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
What's your opinion on cheesing with the babies? Mean, and it's all about the parents just trying to get likes, or people need to lighten up? It's just a cute little viral challenge.
Well, I think it's all about the parents trying to get likes, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's like, hey, if you want to do that, I mean, there's a lot worse things people are doing to their kids. I think it's low hanging fruit. I'm not highly entertained by it. I don't think.
Once you watch, like, because they had on some of the articles, they've got about 20 videos in a row. You just watch all these kids get slapped with cheese, and after the third one, you're like, I don't know if these kids will like it.
Yeah. That's why I said it. And it's too easy. Yeah.
Way too easy.
Yeah. Challenge yourself. Come up with a funny situation where somebody's doing something and then you cheese them that way. And
cheese your dad. Fun. Cheese your boss.
Right.
Now that's nards. That's
there
onions right there. Cheesing your boss.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine if you're in the middle of like a company meeting and today I've got to tell you that the numbers don't look. What the hell?
Automatic firing, I think.
But that's great. You know what? You're getting my like.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a like for that one. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we got somebody who would like to get a call them out in. I didn't get to it yesterday, but it is a softball mom that is not happy with her daughter's coach. Apparently, he is doing something that is detrimental to her daughter's overall emotional well-being.
Okay.
Yes, and she would like to call him out, and she got upset because I didn't get her on yesterday, and so I said, all right, I'll get you on today, and I'll let you vent what it is you've got to say. So while we're a little bit on the theme of parent shaming, we're going to shift to coach shaming coming up next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, Jay Bird, I know you might find this shocking, but apparently we've got some softball drama.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so glad to hear it and not be a part of it.
It's kind of nice to hear it now. Yeah, now that I'm out of the game, my daughter's done with softball, but I know. I was in it for quite a while.
I mean, baseball, softball, youth athletics in
Yeah.
general, you're going to get this kind of drama.
Tons of drama. So Linda's got an issue, something that's going on with her daughter's softball coach that she doesn't love. Now, what exactly is going on? How old is your daughter, Linda?
She's 14.
Okay. What is the issue you're having with the coach?
Well, she plays on a softball team, and she has a very well-behaved emotional support dog.
Okay.
And the dog is obviously at the games.
Mm-hmm.
So the coach is giving me a hard time and saying that the dog is a distraction. The dog is in the dugout. She is not a distraction. She's well-behaved. She's trained in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
He's being very unreasonable.
Okay.
The dog's in the dug. Wait, you said the dog's in the dugout?
The dog's in the dugout. The dog's not running around on the field causing a spectacle. He's very well behaved in the dugout, and my daughter is playing softball on the team.
And so the argument you've got with the coach here, Linda, is the coach doesn't want the dog in the dugout. He'd be like, can you have the dog outside of the fence? And you are like, what's the problem? The dog's not hurting anything. Why can't the dog be inside the dugout?
The dog is absolutely no distraction. My daughter's a good team player. She's an asset to the team, and he's being ridiculous. My husband wants to side with the coach, and I'm like, hell no. We need to.
Yeah, okay.
It's real. I mean.
Right.
Why does your daughter need the dog in the dugout?
She has some anxiety issues, and she's overcome a lot, and mainly because this dog has been an asset to her. So she's very able to function on the team. She's a good player. She needs this emotional support dog because she has anxiety issues. No one else is making a fuss out of it except the coach.
Okay. Now, coming from a guy that has coached a 14-year-old girls softball team.
Yes.
So coming from the issue, and I don't know. Now, if everything was great and the dog was well behaved and the girls could still stay plugged into the game, I wouldn't have a problem with the dog being in the dugout. Now, the umpires likely would. I can't imagine that a lot of the umpires that I know around here in South Florida would allow a dog in the dugout. They probably say, no, we can't have that because the dog could run on the field and there's a lot of issues that could happen. So, maybe you're talking about practice and whatever games. I can't even see this flying.
I am going to 100% side with the coach on this because, I mean, I feel bad that your daughter's having anxiety issues. I suffer from them terrible myself. I had them when I was playing, and I never would imagine bringing a dog in the dugout. If my coach told me it was a distraction and did not want it in there, I would not be clapping back. I would say, okay, I'll get the dog out of the dugout. Because now my anxiety issues are causing drama. It's bleeding over. The coach who's running the team.
You've become now important in the team.
Yeah, well, my issues. I have to work on my anxiety issues. Now we're talking anxiety issues. This is different than a physical disability.
Right.
This is an emotional
Having the dog in the
thing.
dugout is calming. And look, if I were coaching the 14-year-old girls and I had a girl that had an emotional support dog, the dog was well behaved, would come and lay in the corner of the dugout, and the girls liked it, and it was kind of like a rallying cry, and they wouldn't be over petting the dog and distracted from the game and not knowing who's up to bat or the situations that are happening that would help us win.
All you need is one time for a kid to trip over that dog, just
True.
once.
That's true
it.
too, yeah.
The coach is saying this for a reason. He's not doing it because he doesn't want your daughter to perform. He's the coach. He wants her to perform good.
Right.
He doesn't hate dogs. He's afraid that the dog is going to cause something, which I understand.
Well, and imagine if he allows this, and then next week another girl shows up with her emotional support dog.
Now you got an owl in there. Yeah, that's what was going on at the airport. When does it stop?
Yeah.
Is she still on the line?
I think she is. Yes, Linda? Mm-hmm.
They are trained to act in a certain manner. They're not, as you said, if the dog would run after the ball, the dog's not going to run after the ball. The dog is very well trained. He is not a distraction at all. He has proven himself, and is not a distraction at all.
He is a distraction, though, because the coach says he's a distraction. The coach doesn't like it, so it has become a distraction.
And I don't know if I can get the question I have for you, Linda, is I don't know if I can get the honest answer, but are the other girls distracted by the dog? Are they paying a lot more attention to the dog than they are to the softball?
No, 14-year-old girls are not like 8-year-old girls that would be distracted. They're focused. They want to win. They're playing the game. If he wants to do anything, the hoopla, this coach, make the dog the mascot. There you go. Throw a badge on him and make him mascot and move on.
Okay.
Deal out of this.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely disagree with you.
Well, if I were the coach and I had this situation and the girls could still focus and that wasn't the issue, I would probably, trying to get girls to buy into what you're doing and to have them have fun and still be like, I love playing for this team. I'm going to play hard. And by having this dog in here, if that's going to be our rallying cry, I think it would be smart. I think a great coach, given the right situation, could turn this dog situation into something really positive to have the girls galvanize around this dog, and it could be a mascot. I see what Linda's saying, but it's got to be the coach's decision to do it.
Who's saying the dog can't be a mascot? The dog absolutely can be the mascot. The dog can be the mascot right outside the fence.
That's not as fun, though. I mean, the dog inside the dugout is like, like I said, I can't see an umpire allowing this to happen.
Yeah, it's going to cause problems, and you're kind of.
But during practice.
Well, that's different. She's saying during games.
Yeah.
It's in the dugout.
I don't even think it's going to be a problem because and the coach is probably just trying to tell you, saying, like, look, I don't know if, and honestly, like the umpires they get, if anybody's even standing in the doorway, a lot of times they'll tell you to move out of the doorway. I can't be like, yeah, go ahead, keep the dog in there. And that's not how they run games.
And sometimes there's rules, and sometimes the rules are going to trump your uncomfortable feelings. Unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. It sucks.
Linda's trying to say that the dog would make a great mascot, is not distracting for the girls. They do great. Maybe they do better with the dog in there.
I'd love to talk to another parent.
And if there's another parent on this team, I'd love to hear from them. Yeah, maybe get a different side of it. But yeah, otherwise, there's a slim chance that you can do this. Any thoughts on this? And are you starting to see kids showing up with emotional support animals other places other than just the softball field? Is it happening at schools? Is it happening at Girl Scouts, 4-H, all those kind of things? 877-979-WRMF. You can call or text, let us know. Sound off 877-979-9760 right here at the KVJ Show. Well, Linda wanted to be on Call 'Em Out yesterday, and I made a mistake. I forgot to get her on, and she was not happy with me, so I got her on because she wanted to talk about her daughter's softball coach. She has a 14-year-old daughter who has with her is an emotional support dog, and apparently things are going great. The dog was in the dugout. The girls loved the dog. Everything was fine, and the coach just is like, look, the dog's got to go. I can't have the dog in the dugout.
But that's according to the mom. We don't know if everyone's loving the dog. We don't know if parents are complaining. We just got one side of the story, and I just know from coaching athletics that having an animal in the dugout's going to cause some problems.
Yeah, I'm curious. It'd be nice to hear from somebody else that's on the team. She wouldn't give me the name on it, so if somebody knows this situation, you can call in and let us know. Does everybody feel the same way that Linda does? Be like, I can't believe, I don't know why you won't let this dog in the dugout. I've coached 14-year-old girls. I've been exactly where this coach is. I don't know all the things in the circumstance. And I can see
this being problems.
I can see reasons why you can't, but then, I would maybe talk to the coach if I were, co-coaching with this guy. Be like, look, there are some things that maybe if we did it the right way, it could actually rally the girls around the team and they might play better.
You could still do that outside the fence, outside the dugout. Keep it right by the dugout.
Yeah. So but the big question is, are there any kind of like laws? In fact, we got a couple texts here. Like somebody said, regardless of what you guys actually think or feel, it's part of an ADA law, which says that the dog has every right to be there because it is a service animal, just like going into a restaurant or sitting down next to you.
But I thought,
and even an emotional support. And that's where I know we always have this confusion.
We do. We're not talking about a service animal. We're talking about an emotional support animal for anxiety issues.
Yes.
And there is a difference.
And she said it had been trained. So trained as into like to sit and lay down, or
I don't know.
Trained by somebody who is a professional to get these dogs ready to assist kids who have anxiety issues. Melissa's on here from Miami Lakes. Hello, Melissa.
Good morning. That really annoys me that there are people out there that say that emotional support dogs are the same as a working dog. Let's clear it out if you have a minute. A working dog, a service dog, is if you have an actual disability. You can look it up under the Americans with Disabilities Act. It's a service dog because you're blind and you need it to walk. You're missing a limb and you need it. Those are working dogs or service dogs. Working dogs go ahead and find drugs with the law enforcement.
Okay.
There is no such thing as a emotional support animal, period.
Really?
There is no training. There is none. There is no training like you would for a service dog, for a seeing eye dog, or someone missing a limb. You can go online right now.
Okay.
Online right now, and for $50, you can submit a picture of your Chihuahua or your dinosaur and quote unquote call it a service animal, and people think it falls under the Americans with Disabilities Act, which it does not.
Okay, I got several texts that said it did, and so that's why I was just curious. And
if it did fall under the American with Disabilities Act, it would be against the law for anyone, a retail manager, a coach of a softball team, or a teacher in a school, to demand to have that animal removed.
Gotcha.
Therefore, there is no such thing as an emotional service animal. It's made up by selfish people who want to go ahead and walk around with their chihuahuas or their dinosaurs and claim that they're allowed to have it there because they're selfish, they're ignorant, and arrogant. But there is no such thing as that. Believe me when I tell you.
All right,
so
Melissa.
I'm assuming you are siding with the coach on this one.
Absolutely. I don't have a problem with the dog being there, but put them on the outside. Have them sit with the mom in the benches, in the bleachers, or whatnot.
I
The dog
agree.
doesn't have to be on the field, because then what's going to happen is Susie Q, the other girl, is going to say, well, I have an emotional rooster, and he has to be on the field with me. And the other girl is going to say, I have an emotional need for a rosé champagne out on.
Yeah, no,
where does it end?
I hear you. No, you're right. Where does it end? And the one thing that I would, tell to Linda here, who wants, her daughter's dog out there, being a coach, I can't tell you how many times I was hit by softballs, and sometimes in bad places. And if you're just kind of wandering around a softball field like that, that dog eventually is going to get hit, and probably pretty hard, by a ball. And then you're going to have people saying that's animal cruelty.
Well, not to mention you're undermining the structure of the team. You're now telling the coach, no, you're wrong. I'm letting everyone know you're wrong. I'm putting you on blast. The whole team needs to know about it. Don't listen to the coach. And you need that structure for a team. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Somebody texted in and said, OMG, this is ridiculous. Emotional support dog for anxiety at 14 while playing a sport. Somebody else said, with a mother like this, I'm stunned the kid has anxiety issues. I know, yes. Linda made me very anxious yesterday when she was leaving me messages and emailing me about why I didn't put her on.
You got called out for not doing Call 'em Out. It was weird.
I really was. So she wanted her voice to be heard. So there you go. She wanted to put her daughter's coach on blast for that, and she has. So her request has been granted, and it'll be interesting to see if anybody else.
People are so fired up about this.
Yeah. Okay. Brian is on here from Port St. Lucie. What is your comment on this, Brian?
I agree with the lady with the, there's all kinds of support animals out there now, and the lady that just called it and said that it's against the law, no, it's not against the law, it is. You cannot take the service animals nowadays are for depression, anxiety, everything. So you cannot, and it's against the law to refuse a service animal anywhere, no matter the size or the cause of why they're doing it. I do part-time Uber and Lyft. If a dog gets in my car, regardless, I can't ask if it's a service dog. I kick it out, I lose my job. Just like the coach, if he's willing to say, hey, you can't have that dog in there, she can get him in trouble, and he could possibly lose his coach.
I don't know if that's true, actually. I think there is a difference between the emotional support dog and then the service dog. We've gone through this debate before because the airport now has stopped it, and you can't bring any old animal you want in the airport. The airport says you can't do it anymore. So if you were correct on that, that means the airport would be violating the law, and I don't believe that they are.
My niece, I know someone that actually bring a service support dog on the plane to go back to New York.
Yeah, they might. I know some airlines are. Yeah,
I'm not saying some don't allow it, but you're not allowed to bring in. If I said I have an emotional penguin, I can't bring that in. They're going to say no, you can't, because that one woman brought a damn peacock to the airport.
People are backing up. Yeah, somebody said Jaybird, you and the Miami Lakes lady are absolutely correct. So, and majority of people are saying that the dog just needs to sit outside. Yeah, like I said, I would do it for the dog's safety. And that's the reason why I don't think an umpire is going to let a dog in the dugout, even if it is an emotional support dog, is because for the safety of the dog. You'd have to put a helmet on the dog and all. Do they make dog helmets?
I'm sure. They make dog everything.
Okay.
They make dog taco beds.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, all right. So a lot of thoughts on that. I know. Oof, good heavens! If you didn't have anxiety before that call, you do now. So we all need one.
I think I need a drink, Coach. Is it too early?
A lot of people are sending us information about the distinguishing factors between the service, therapy, and emotional support. And the ADA covered rights that will allow you to bring these animals into public establishments. The service animal somebody had sent us is the only one that has pretty much carte blanche to go wherever.
Sure.
So it looks like in the case of the 14-year-old girl's dog being in the dugout, that would not be covered because, and I'm not even sure if it's emotional support. It might be a therapy dog. I don't know. So, and I think that has less rights to go different places. So, anyway, it's a complicated thing that many people are trying to learn the rules and the ins and outs on.
I'm going to bring a baby elephant to a restaurant, see how that goes. It soothes me.
Yeah, well, somebody was even saying in our chat room that they work at a psychiatric office and the emotional support animal concept has been abused so much that our doctors refuse to write them. Not even a PCP can provide it. Doesn't need to be a psych doctor. So it's becoming an issue even in the medical community of saying, oh, really? Okay. So got fun little game, more fun here, and not going to be stressful at all. I know it's a contest, but has anyone ever lost Denny's or Animal?
No, nobody has.
Okay. Nobody's lost. I don't know. Okay, let's see here how Christian does from West Palm. What's up, Christian?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, we're going to play a game here. It's called Denny's or Animal. We got a clip for you, and you got to tell us if this is Denny's making the noise of this animal or if it's the real animal itself, okay?
Alrighty.
Okay. The first animal we've got here for you is a goose. A goose. Might see these things migrating about this time of year.
Okay.
Goose, what do you think? Is this a real goose or is this Denny's?
So I love how there's definitely a little background.
I think it's a real because I hear
like a
nature
marsh.
sounds. It's flying over a marsh, I believe. Oh.
That sounds like the Affleck duck is what that sounds like.
Okay. Christian, what do you think? Is that Denny's or an animal?
Oh, I don't know. That one's tough. I guess I'd have to go with probably Denny's.
Okay. All right. You know what? Almost got me with the Morris sound effects there.
There is one person that did get one wrong. They won the round, but we
couldn't believe it.
We couldn't believe it, and they weren't acting.
Are you being serious?
They weren't acting.
Okay. All right, here we go. This is a hyena.
Oh, okay.
Hyena.
This is big.
Okay, is this Denny's or animal? I hear suits in there?
It sounds like a chimpanzee.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't even sound like a hyena. Is that part of the game?
Is that a hyena?
I don't know. What do you think? Is that supposedly a real hyena, or is that Denny's, Christian?
I'd say that's absolutely a hyena.
Yeah. Actually, there is a debate. We don't know if that's really a hyena. We think that
I don't think that's a hyena.
Yeah, we think that might actually be a monkey.
I don't think that's a hyena.
Okay.
All right, Denny's is double downing on that. He's like, it's definitely a high.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. This is final one here. Just got to get this right. You cannot miss here at Denny's or Animal. This is a rhino. Oh, I mean, what does a rhino sound like? Okay, this is a rhinoceros. Okay. It's kind of like a grunt. That's what the rhino does. It's kind of like a grunting kind of like noise. Okay. What do you think? Is that Denny's or an animal, Christian?
I'd say that's probably Denny's.
Is that Denny's? That's Denny's. Okay.
There's a type of like animal Denny's does. When he does it, he morphs into Nicolas Cage. Tell me when you play that clip, you can't hear a little bit of Nicolas Cage.
So he's overacting.
Yeah, it's just kind of it's funny.
He does terrible overacting on his animal noises.
He's like half Nicolas Cage, half animal.
You were asking me yesterday if I was going to watch the Michael Jackson special that has been on HBO. I'm like, I don't know. Nothing was compelling me to do it. I'm getting closer to checking it out, just with some of the comments, because I kind of want to know for myself, because it sounds like some people are getting some firm opinions on Michael Jackson and whether or not the allegations are true, like Danielle, who texted us and said, I watched part 2, and no one's going to claim that stuff and ruin their own lives. Wade Robson blew up his family unit, and they aren't making any money off of this. That's what she says. So, I don't know. Something there. I know a lot of people who've watched it, they feel very firm and convinced that Michael Jackson is guilty of everything that they say.
It's one of those topics, no matter what your opinion is, you're going to absolutely annoy somebody.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you just need to watch for yourself. And, you know, you'd even asked me yesterday, would you, if you knew without a doubt that Michael Jackson was guilty of that, would you continue to listen to Michael Jackson? I said, unlikely, because I think it would just make me feel weird. And I wouldn't want to do it. Yes, I love his music. I always have since, you know, I was a little kid. But I probably would not. Can't say definitely. So if a video comes out of me and be like, oh, there's Kevin. He's definitely enjoying Michael Jackson there.
There'll be a video that drops.
Yeah, then, you know, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, I would say it would be unlikely. So I think, and ultimately what you got to do, you got to watch it. You got to form your own opinion. And we got to just stop shaming people.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
just do
it's got to be based on your own convictions.
Yeah.
So if your own convictions tell you that, yeah, I can't listen to Michael Jackson anymore, don't listen to it. If you're like, I'm cool with it, then do it. Well, I saw this story, and this actually does make some sense. You know, your mom, when you were a kid, said, no, you got to eat your food to get to your dessert. And that was just a way to bribe you to eat your vegetables and all that kind of stuff. But now there's this new study that says, hey, mom was wrong. They say ordering dessert first might actually help you lose weight.
So when I eat dessert, I literally have a physical reaction to where, like, there's an ache. I eat a regular meal, something salty, and then I'll be good, and I'm full, and then there's this aching coming from my soul, it feels like, that I need to have something sugary. Is that because I've just developed those methods? That's I'm addicted to it because that's my way of doing it?
Yeah, no, I've heard that it is biological, going all the way back to the caveman days when they were out and they were hunters and foragers, that you would, in a sense, have like a handful of berries, and that would signal to the brain that you were done eating. And so dessert, that's why it came at the end of the meal, was it would be like, okay, whatever it is, the sugars in that signal to the pleasure centers in your brain, okay, it's time to stop eating. You're done now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Look at
And that's
you.
where it came from.
Blowing minds.
But that's, in a sense, with the same psychology, why you would now put dessert first if you're trying to lose weight. They say, according to the study, you know it's bad for you, so you end up eating less of everything else to kind of compensate. Be like, oh, I don't know, I had a piece of cake, I need to really like go light. And so then you'll wind up actually overall consuming less calories, whereas before you would eat your entire meal, then eat the dessert.
I am so not a fan of eating my dessert before. I got to get that salt rush first. I really, it doesn't feel right. It's all I
So you couldn't do it, huh?
No, I could not. I don't like that.
There's one thing, if anybody's doing that keto diet, I've heard a good bit about, that is out there. It's becoming popular for people who want to drop pounds off their body. And, you know, when Gwyneth Paltrow's doing it, oh, everybody's got to do what she's doing. Jenna Jameson, also, they've been cheerleaders for the low-carb diet. They said it helped them lose weight and stay healthy. But according to the studies that are coming out now, some women are saying that the diet is changing kind of their body chemistry in a way that is affecting...
Farty?
No.
The
smells.
The area.
Yeah, feminine region.
Got ya.
Yes. I don't have one of those, so I don't know, but...
I've heard there's certain diets, Virginia's talked about it before, that you can change what you're putting in your body, and the food can cause you to smell differently in areas.
Yes.
I mean, think about your body. There's
Yeah.
probably certain things you eat where you can kind of smell your skin that sticks
garlic.
around.
Garlic comes through my pores, and I know that, you know, for some women, yeah, you'd eat yogurt for, you know, different things, pH balance and all this kind of stuff. I don't, like I said, it sounds like it's a pool that you got to change the dipsticks on. I don't have one. I don't know anything about it.
See,
But
this is one we need Virginia, because I would like to ask her, what would be worse if she ate the food and she had horrific gas that she couldn't control, or if her area was not smelling oh so lovely?
Yeah.
What would be worse for a woman?
I don't know. What would be worse? Keto crotch is the name of it.
Oh, Kevin, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Keto crotch.
They call it keto crotch.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, I knew we weren't going to have Virginia today, so I brought my wife in here, and maybe she can answer the question because she's got one of these feminine regions.
I would love to ask her that question.
And here's the thing. I got into a debate with my wife because she does something when she goes, you know, the lady doctor, the gynecologist, she believes in something that I am totally against. I would handle it totally differently. And I don't know if I'm right on this, and I think I am. And I think women will actually agree with me, and she thinks that I'm wrong.
Okay, so it's a debate here.
It's a debate. I wanted to bring my wife on here and then let the ladies sound off.
Okay, you have a face that you... is it going to get weird?
It's going to get weird.
All right, is it going to get gross?
It's about what my wife does when she's at the gyno, and I said, no, you are not handling yourself the right way. You are doing it wrong. You'll find out what she's doing so wrong next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Talking about keto crotch. Now, I don't have a feminine region like what this story is about, but apparently the low-carb keto diet, which I guess is like the new name for Atkins, is causing some issues in women's chemistry, and it's causing funky odors. It's called keto crotch.
So I'm very intrigued about what I'm about to hear, but I feel like I'm going to get grossed out for some reason. I don't know why.
It'll be an interesting debate. This is what my wife and I go around about. She's on the phone here. Going to talk to her in a second. Now, somebody texted in and said, yeah, that keto crotch thing, that's fake news. But somebody else texted in and said, I did keto for 2 months, and my husband definitely noticed, and not in a good way. Vegan diet, no complaints.
So I think it's going to depend on the person's body chemistry.
I think so too,
The person who says, no way, it's fake news, maybe they don't have that kind of body chemistry.
Right. And somebody said clean diet, clean crotch. That's pretty much how it goes.
I don't know if I agree with that either.
Okay. There's a lot of... See, and this is...
So you're trying to tell me if you eat Whoppers, you ain't going to have a nice smelling crotch? I disagree.
That's why we had to get my wife on here, because we can't talk about the feminine region, because we have none. And your question, what's worse, keto crotch or being gassy? And somebody said keto crotch, way worse. Fart or gas, here and gone. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting involved in the debate.
Cutting through this, yeah, because Virginia's at Mardi Gras here the better part of this week. So when we're talking about feminine region, we had to bring my wife in here. Hello, Kim.
Hello.
Okay, now I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Now, I don't know, because I don't have a feminine region. I've never been to a gynecologist. I've never seen them, but this debate that we have here, Jaybird, tell me, who's handling it the right way? Who's handling it completely wrong? So, Kim, you're in the gynecologist's office, and you have to remove all your clothes, correct, before they examine you?
Yes.
Okay.
And they give you like, those little sheets that, they're like very flimsy that you wrap around, but yeah, you're naked.
Okay. So here's the situation. My wife is prepared to be examined at the gynecologist, and she gets a sensation. You had a little bit of a rumbling in your tummy, correct?
I did, but it was even more than that. It's not like I was just standing there. Like, she had already put me in, like, I was already laying back, and she, it was like...
You're in the stirrups? So wait, are you already in the stirrups?
Yes, I'm already in the stirrups.
Where is this story going? Because I feel like this is going to be an M. Night Shyamalan ending. There's a rumbling of a tummy.
You just don't know where this is going.
Right, I mean, you're really taking me on a journey here.
You're on a trip. You're on a ride with us here. Okay,
I'm so into this, by the way.
Okay, we're on this little ride here. So this is the situation. My wife is being examined with the gyno, kicked back in the stirrups, and the sensation comes on. And where does it go from here, Kim?
Well, I mean, it's like that, it is a real, like, the yoga move that is like that wind-removing pose. So, like, as soon as I laid back and, spread my legs and I was in the stirrups, it was like I had that wind-removing, like, sensation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I clinched up, and she was like, just relax. It was almost like it was my first time at the gyno, and I didn't know what to expect. She's like, you just relax. I was like, excuse me, doctor, I really have bad gas pains. She's like, oh, you want me to let you down? I was like, yes, please. And so she let my legs down, and I mean, I was sat right there. I didn't get up, and, just let the air go out, and she's like, are you okay? And I said, yeah. And then so we leaned back and...
let the air go? You mean fart? Let the air go
She's
out.
really
What?
feathering this up. But yeah, if we want to cut to the chase, she lays back. She's gonna squeeze one out. And she's like, excuse me, doc, but I got to blow some wind. And she lets her feet down and go, all right, we're ready to go.
Queen, was it audible?
No, it wasn't loud. You can, like, how it was like... It's kind of like a balloon letting air out of it. It was just
a slow leaker. Slow leaker. Okay.
But you don't know if there's going to be any kind of smell that goes along with this, correct?
No, I didn't.
Okay, now here's the debate, because it's two different ways to handle this. Because, man, I tell you, I am very self-conscious. You know me. I can't even go to the restroom here at work and go number two.
Let the air go out.
And I could not believe that she was in that position, and she was just like... excuse me, doc, but I got a toot. Can you let my legs down and let me just have at it? I'm like, why didn't you just say, I need to go to the restroom, excuse yourself, go to the bathroom, and then you can let everything out in the bathroom like you should, and then you come back and everything's discreet. There's not like the air of whatever's hanging. Because, I mean, she's got to examine you now, and whatever you just let out is going to be lingering.
So here's the thing. I can see both points here. I see what the Queen was thinking. The Queen's probably thinking, this is a doctor. They've seen it all. They've seen the gross side of humanity, and this is part of the gig.
Be getting examined in that air, and you don't know where this is going. It's always, to me, it's always a mystery.
And I get your point. The doctor's a human. You should leave and not, blow them out of the room.
We all, unfortunately, and you can be as clinical as anything and be like, I know that's just a natural process. It's just what the body does. But still, you're going to be like, well, why didn't she excuse herself and go to the bathroom? I don't have a feminine region, but I think that's the proper etiquette.
It would have taken me 5 minutes to get dressed, walk down to the bathroom, get undressed. I mean, they're on a time schedule. I mean, it's, they got appointments after appointment after appointment. So it's, that would have been like, to me, if I were a doctor, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to take, this is a 10-minute ordeal just because somebody had to pass wind.
So Queen, after you let the air go out, as you said earlier, did you get right back up on the stirrups?
I never got off like the bad part.
You at least got to walk over by where the trash can is.
So you farted on the exam table?
See, this doesn't sound right, does it?
I gotta side. I am gonna side with my boy on this one.
I told you, and it sounds weird because I don't have a feminine region, never been to a gyno, but I'm like, you completely handled this wrong. This is not what you do when you go to the gyno.
I would imagine at the Gynosaurus, there's got to be so many farts, right? But gynos, please call in. Gyno doctors, there's got to be littered with farts, right?
Can somebody draw us a Gynosaurus? I want to see what that looks like. Okay, well, we want to talk to somebody with some lady parts, find out the right way to handle this. What would be the proper etiquette if you go to the gyno? My wife, she went and she was telling me the story about how the last appointment she had, she got the sensation she needed to pass some gas. And she let the doctor know, and she's like, excuse me, and just let it go. And then like, okay, let's continue on. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I was mortified. I'm like, there's no way I would ever do that.
But man, I was mentally on that whole journey too. You both painted such a picture.
Yeah, I'm like, to me, I would put back my clothes. I would say, I need to go to the restroom, nondescript. I would go down to the bathroom, do what I had to do, and then I would come back. I think that's exactly how you do. Now, what is the right move here?
Do most people announce? I mean, she kind of called her shot. Like, Babe Ruth did. She said, yeah, I'm about to fart. She does it. And do most people do that? I don't think most people do that.
I'm just kind of curious. Like I said, ladies, what do you do if you're in this situation at the gynecologist? What is the proper way to handle it? Caitlin is on here. Yes, Caitlin, what are your thoughts? Did Kim handle it right, or should she have followed my advice and excused herself to go to the bathroom?
Coming from a lady's point of view, I think she handled it right, only because when I'm on the table, I always get an urge to fart. So I have to clench everything in my body to hold it. So the fact that she could hold on and let her doctor know, I give her points for that alone, because I personally could not hold it and let my doctor know. I have to just pray to Jesus and say, please don't let me fart on my doctor. When
yes.
you're in the syrup, you are so vulnerable and such in a awkward position that you're just like, oh, please just let me not fart on my doctor.
Yeah.
Please, even though he has seen everything imaginable, you're just praying that you can hold it for that long.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
If you fart on your doctor during that exam, do you find a different doctor? Are you that mortified, or are you okay with going back?
I would go back only because my doctor doesn't swing towards women. He swings towards your side. So I would go back just because I feel that comfortable with him.
Got ya.
And he performed a C-section on me, so he has seen my inside.
Yeah.
So I feel like we have a certain manner now that he has just seen everything that I'm just going to...
And a lot of the texts are kind of saying that, saying, look, I mean, this is a gyno. I mean, they a lot of times when you give birth, if you're a woman, it just, so.
That's what I was wondering. I'd imagine at a gynecologist, you've got, just farts left and right in that building.
But to me, you're not in the act of labor. Like labor, you get some extra passes for the things the gyno's going to see. This is just a regular exam.
What makes your situation interesting, the Queen called her shot. She did.
Yeah.
She really did.
I just couldn't imagine being going, excuse me, I need to pass some gas.
She didn't. I think she said, let some air out.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard for a fart.
Yeah. Somebody said, yeah, I'm totally with Kevin. I'm sorry, but your wife has some serious balls. I would just have rescheduled. It's a normal bodily function, but it's a matter of self-respect. And somebody else said, yeah, I am very personal. And even though this doctor delivered my kids, I don't even let my bra and undies show. I hide them. Let's all be professional, no farts.
Yeah, I really think majority of the people are going to not do what the Queen did.
Diana's on here from Plantation. You Team Kim or are you Team Kev? Who do you think had the right plan on this?
I'm Team Kim, and I'm just listening to all those other emails, whatever you were getting. Mm-hmm. This is nuts, okay? Now, that's a gynecologist, and Kim has a woman gynecologist, right?
I think so.
That gynecologist has seen all kinds of things. So Kim did the right thing by just letting her know, right? Now, if the doctor was uncomfortable, then she should have walked out of the room, not the patient. And at the same time, if Kim wasn't uncomfortable with that, that's cool too. Now, the gynecologists see everything. And when they're in labor and they are delivering a baby, they're doing episiotomy. Some people are defecating at the same time. Gynecologists have seen everything.
Yeah.
The patients. You're just a woman. I mean,
I know, but
any
that
woman and
part
ask them
seems
when they sit on a
yes.
toilet.
I know,
what
but that
happens,
part seems
okay?
expected. They're ready for that. That's the other thing. It's like they're a gyno, not a gastro.
And just because someone sees a lot of it all the time, does it make it right?
Somebody else texted in and said, so funny you brought this up. There's a whole forum on my baby app that I have with women talking about their fart stories at the gyno. Some people don't care. Other women never went back to the same doctor ever again.
I think it's a personal thing.
Personally, I've just gotten really good at holding it in. And somebody else wants to know, did the doctor at least move to the side and let the air out before stepping back into that thing?
Yeah, I have felt the wrath of a queen fart. Do we know if the doctor's okay?
I'm surprised the doctor will see her again.
Yes.
Yes. Somebody said, you have to excuse yourself. My OBGYN has seen me inside out literally after 2 C-sections. I still would never. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference. There's a separation from this, I think. But, from what people are saying, I think it's to each their own. Some people are comfortable doing it. Other people are not. So whatever you're going to do, you're going to do.
I learned a lot in this segment.
That's just what it is, man. Educational.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people are meth.
I love it.
Oh, I love this text we got of the last topic. Only men laugh about farts like that. So silly.
Oh, well, that's a sexist comment because I know plenty of women who find farts very funny.
Talk to my wife. She loves them. Loves
Virginia.
Loves them. Yes.
You kidding? My sister Tina. Yeah. Come on.
Please, you guys do not know. Women do not giggle at toots.
That's a sexist comment, Kevin.
Nothing funny about it. Typical men. Well, this is just kind of odd. You've probably heard, I think Fort Lauderdale had jumped on this where they're banning plastic straws. And other cities in South Florida are doing that. Well, now the Florida legislature is considering a ban on bans. I'm like, wait, what? Are you banning bans? Is that what's going on here? Yes, they're proposing a ban on bans. The state Senate is set to discuss a bill that would prohibit a local government entity from restricting a food service establishment when it comes to single-use plastics like straws or spoons. Sounds like the plastics industry maybe has stepped up and patted the pockets of somebody there in Tallahassee.
Something weird's going on here.
What's going on here? Apparently, St. Pete also had approved a ban of single-use plastic straws. So they're another city that has done it. But now, Talawacki's decided, no, we're putting a ban on bans. You can't ban anything. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. Well, I was just here last week. I don't know if I'm fortunate or unfortunate. I didn't see this scene. 43-year-old Luis Arias was arrested after stabbing his coworker with a machete at the Palm Beach Outlets Mall food court.
What? I go there a lot, man.
Right. You know that food court very well.
Very well.
Yeah, the guy got angry when the victim didn't complete his duties and left them for him to do. So he grabbed a machete from his locker and chased him throughout the food court before stabbing him several times. Can you imagine? I mean, that food court's open. You'd be like, okay, what's going on in here?
Do you continue to eat?
Yeah, in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see what's going on. You assess the situation.
Weird. Man, Florida's so crazy,
Yeah,
isn't it?
can you pass me the cheese?
The victim wound up having to lock himself inside that security office that's there and called the police.
That's horrifying.
Probably happened after hours is the only thing I'm guessing. This dude, Arias, was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The victim was taken to the hospital and released after being treated, so it wasn't anything life-threatening. But still odd if you're there in the food court.
I remember as a little kid watching this tennis match, and they were arguing, and the one guy grabs his sword and starts chasing the guy. I'm like, it's alarming when you see.
It's more personal.
It
yeah,
is. Exactly. It's more personal.
Yeah, it's very frightening. A bunch of kids in Pennsylvania made their bus driver pull over last Friday because she was swerving all over the road. So she stops at a gas station. She goes, yeah, go F yourself. And then walks off the bus or stumbles off the bus and leaves them there. Well, they were able to quickly track her down, and now she's facing, guess what?
DUI.
Yeah. Bam.
I swear this is the third or fourth time I've heard about a bus driver getting hammered in the last couple months.
What the heck is going on?
Wasn't there one where the bus driver was on meth?
Might have been, yeah. Yeah.
Sounds familiar?
Yeah, he's doing some light hits of meth in between stops, apparently. I was talking to a couple got an Airbnb in Boca. Man, they loved it, and they were just singing the praises of Airbnb.
I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I'll tell you somebody who's not into it. Apparently, there's this guy who got an Airbnb in Australia and couldn't pay his $149 bill. So the guy who has the Airbnb strangled him to death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's now a court case in Australia. So you don't pay there, you will die. So just if you're going to get one, make sure you can pay the bill.
Have you done that Airbnb?
No, I haven't. You know what? I'm too scared.
What makes you scared about that? I want to see if it's the same thing I don't like.
Cameras, other people having it, coming in, stealing my money. Like
it's their domain. It's their.
Well, I didn't understand that duplicate keys or other people having access to the place where I'm staying. And like I said, I've heard of a few scams here and there, and I'd almost probably be sleeping with one eye open, kind of thing. You know, be like, all right, are there cameras in here? Somebody come in? Could they come in?
I like the motel.
What are the weird things going on in here?
Or a hotel. I guess a hotel is better than a motel. Give me that.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people love
Virginia
it.
likes it, I think.
I probably, honestly, if I did it once, I would probably love it if the landlord didn't strangle me to death.
Yeah, if there was no murder involved.
Yeah, if I didn't die afterwards, I'd probably be into it. I just haven't done it yet. Well, a $30 limited edition mug at Starbucks has been in high demand in China. Now, the mug is a double-walled tumbler where the inner cup is shaped like a cat's paw, and it's visible when liquid is poured into the cup. See that? The cat's paw appears when you pour liquid. Now, how cool is that? Would you want one of those? Well, the mug first went on sale on Tuesday, and it sold out the same day. You know how Starbucks does it, even in China. So apparently they only had 1,000 mugs available, and then when those sold out, oh my goodness, the Chinese went nuts. They put 3,000 mugs up for sale online on Friday. Those sold out in less than a second. And now, apparently, physical fights have been breaking out in stores in China over these Starbucks mugs. Why do people go so crazy? Isn't it the holiday mugs that they have at Starbucks that people go nuts over?
I don't know why people go nuts over Starbucks anyway. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's one of those things I'll never get.
They put something in the coffee that mesmerizes you and makes you a wacko.
Is it that good?
I don't know. I love their tea. Their tea is fantastic.
You love their tea.
I do.
The Kevin Ralston loves their tea.
It's the one that Oprah recommends, and it's fantastic.
You give it a
chai tea venti latte, I think.
You give it 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and I do it with is it coconut milk? I think I do coconut milk now. Oh, it's fantastic. Order it today and tell me it's not the best thing ever.
I will.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
And I'll order it and tell you it's not the best thing ever.
It does, but I think they're probably pumping something in it that just it makes me crazy.
Okay.
It makes me crazy for Starbucks. So, in China too, it's happening. Well, this isn't China. It's not Hong Kong, but it is something that sounds like Hong Kong. It is a sad death in the wrestling world.
Yes, King Kong Bundy, rest in peace.
Wow.
You know what that means.
You got to do your finishing move from King Kong Bundy on Denny's on KVJ TV.
Absolutely.
Is Denny's ready for this?
The Avalanche Splash, baby.
Avalanche Splash?
Yeah, so I throw Denny's into a corner. I splash him once, like I run, and basically do I throw my belly into him, and then he falls to the ground, and then I jump and splash him again with my belly. Avalanche Splash.
Okay.
Do you want to do that now? Let's just make sure we catch this on video, though.
Yeah, okay. Let's get ourselves organized here.
Yeah, please.
Jump on to KVJ TV. Go to YouTube. Dial it up for the KVJ Show. You might be able to see Denny's break his neck here in a second.
What's going to sell it is the commentary.
Oh, okay. I'll work on my...
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it!
Oh my gosh, can't believe it! He just did the Avalanche Splash!
Exactly. I mean, you got it.
Does Denny's have a wrestling alter ego? He's got to have a name, too. Who you wrestling?
He is...
Okay, work that out. He's got to have a name.
Okay.
So you got to have a name. It's versus King Kong Bundy.
Yeah.
This is our tribute to the passing of the legendary wrestler coming up next. Sad news today, the passing of wrestling legend King Kong Bundy. Jay Bird, a big wrestling fan here on the show, and one thing we do is these wrestlers pass, he pays tribute to them by doing their finishing move on producer Denny's. So today, that finishing move is the Hurricane Splash?
Kevin.
What's it called?
The Avalanche Splash.
Oh, okay. Avalanche Splash.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah. Now, do we have a wrestling name for Denny? Somebody suggested it should be Leaping Lanny Puffo.
Oh, I don't hate that at all.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Is that what it is? I get this right. 'Cause I'm doing the announcing, right? Is that how this is working out here?
I love it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, what is the scenario that is going on here? We're going to do any kind of like mic time? I think probably you should do maybe a little bit of, wrestling smack talk. Denny should say something, or Leaping Lanny Puffo should say something that you don't like, and then you do whatever that move is on him.
Brother, I'm going to eat you up like yesterday's breakfast.
I bet you will, because you're not on a diet.
Damn, wow, I'm breaking the character. Kind of hurtful, Denny. Jeez.
No, you said you're going to eat me. I was trying to talk smack to you.
I think Denny's doing great over here. I really like Leaping Lanny Puffo's approaches.
I'm kind of cut off guard. I didn't realize he was going to go so mean, Kevin.
This isn't Denny's. This is Leaping Lanny Puffo.
I get it, man. I've gained some weight.
This is right. You can't do that in wrestling.
I'm just
You can't break character. Yeah.
I'm kidding, brother. I'm going to eat you up like yesterday's breakfast.
I bet you will. I didn't want to get mean again. I felt bad.
Get mean, brother.
Denny's going, you can't now pull up. I mean, you got to bring an insult back. You can't just be like, I bet you will. I mean, insult him.
No,
Make
you
him feel
won't.
bad.
Yeah, come on.
You're all puffy and stuff. I'm not worried.
I'm all puffy and stuff. I'm not.
Yeah, I feel like
You're retaining water, brother.
you gotta lay off the salt, brother.
You're back fat. It's so gross, brother.
I mean, you got to say something that's really going to make him so angry he does the finishing move. Yeah, you gotta-
so the next thing you say, so as soon as you say something real angry, I'm going to do my move on you.
You won't be able to pull this off. You suck.
What?
Slams him against the wall. Oh, no, he's not going to do the finish. Oh, my gosh. King Kong Bundy has knocked Leaping Lanny Puffo to the ground, and now he's up on a chair, a rolling chair. That dumbass is going to fall down. Oh, he jumps up in the air and down. He is just crushed. Leaping Lanny Puffo, he's on the ground again. Oh, no, he's still killing him. It's out of control. It's out of control. We need to get security around here. I can't even believe it. King Kong Bundy, and yes, he is retaining water. Okay, there you go. And cut. All right, there we go.
That's just good, clean fun.
That's just old school wrestling right there. Yeah. Yeah, all right, Denny's. Boy, that was...
You jumped like 6 feet in the air.
Yeah, he put a lot into it. You could tell Japer was getting into it more and more as we did this thing. Yeah, I could just get out of control.
I was backyard wrestling when Denny's was popping ollies back in Stewart, Florida.
All right.
I feel like we need to find a ring. We need to really do this. We need to all get into character and costume and make a whole video. We need to act this out.
You will not do that.
I think we should.
You can.
Now
Now let me guess, you're going to eat snacks with me, too.
No, I'm not. So I think we should start doing this. We should start doing some wrestling recreations. You showed me one today that was just fantastic. So.
Oh yeah. Look, I will literally cancel everything, and I'll do whatever you. Man, I'll cancel everything.
Plans are changed, huh?
Yeah.
Coming up here in just a minute. Fun little thread that we saw up on Reddit. What is great for a kid but bad for an adult? Mm-hmm. Not the kindest critiques of our on-air wrestling. That's the lamest wrestling I've ever heard.
What?
Hashtag lame, bird's a bitch.
I was just kidding.
I don't even think that'd be WWE, because WWE, that's where the Rock's. What's the lowest grade league that you know of wrestling?
I mean, they have the local circuit that I was involved with.
They have NXT. They've got.
Yeah, but that's bigger stuff though, because that's. You got
like
real.
What are you talking? Because in baseball, you've got the major leagues, then you've got all the way down to single A. What is the single A of wrestling?
It's the independent circuit and the local circuit. You have a lot of local circuits that people are, and they're upcoming wrestlers, or they're even aging wrestlers still trying to make it.
Oh, that's right. They do have the ring. Maybe we could go out there. I could work on my announcing. You guys work on your wrestling.
Do you remember when I was doing that about a year and a half ago?
Leaping Lanny Puffo, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can do more. Yeah.
Oh, Denny's. That part 2's coming.
We get some costumes in on this.
Next time, I'm really bringing the pain. I think he's hurt.
He does. He doesn't look well.
He's moving slow.
What happened to him?
Slower.
You did. Yeah. What did you do to him? Poor guy over there.
Avalanche splash, dog.
Yeah, he doesn't look the same now.
No.
Poor guy. That's tough. I love this Reddit thread. What's great for a kid but bad for an adult? And if you're a parent, you know. Now, some of it you love. And I will tell you, the first time I took my twins to Disney, man, it opened my eyes because I was like, oh, man, we're going to Disney. Like, I never actually even been. The first time I went to Disney, I'm like, well, no, this is a kid's thing. I don't want to do this.
Really?
Yeah, I was not looking forward to it.
Oh, that's insane.
I know. Well, the biggest thing is I knew they didn't serve alcohol. So I'm like, oh, man, I'll go anywhere it doesn't have booze.
A flask.
So I got there, and the kids, I saw their faces like light up and how much joy that they were having. I'm like, okay, you know what? I am in. This is awesome. This is really cool. And so you learn to appreciate things when your kids are excited. But then sometimes after a while, even that starts to wear off.
Okay, so going to Disney World with a group of adults, that wouldn't be your cup of soda?
Depends upon the adults, the kids, the whole setup. Yeah, and when I go to a theme park, I really am about done after about 90 minutes to 2 hours.
I'm kind of with you on that. I got about a 3-hour threshold, and I'm like, all right, can we go back to the hotel?
Some people are waiting in line early, and they're the last to close the park, and they just can't get enough.
We don't ride well either.
No, you're right. Yeah, so I don't have a lot of tolerance for that. But like going to Chuck E. Cheese might be one of those things where you're like going, okay, all right. And then when their kids start having birthday parties, you realize I am out here. Like, this is my 8th time Chuck E. Cheese in the last 3 months.
There's some rough kid parties out there.
But the kids are having a great time. So it's great for a kid, bad for an adult.
I've been to some, because I go to a lot of these kid parties because all my friends got kids, and sometimes these kids look miserable. They're crying. They're not eating their ice cream.
Well, there's drama that happens because they're kids and they're young, and so they get upset about random things that they don't get. And so, yeah, that kind of stuff, happens. So here's what Reddit was saying. Things that are great for a kid, but bad for an adult. One of the things, like you said, going to a kid's birthday party. Kids love it. A lot of times adults really don't. Now, what you try to do, you recognize this. And so when Virginia throws a party, for instance, she actually really caters more to the adults first and the kids second. She realizes the hurdle for, entertaining an adult is going to be higher than it is for entertaining a kid.
2 of the best parties I've ever been was Rocco's first birthday and Magnolia's first party. And I'm talking through college.
She has all kinds of booze, great food, the music, the DJ. Like, she'll hire a DJ. Like, it's like an adult party, and the kids, do whatever you want.
The last party was kind of weird because it was 2 factions, people who didn't party and people who did party. And the people who did not party definitely were judging the people who, our group. There was a lot of judgment going on.
Because
it was. I've never seen a party have such a mixed non-party and then party stuff.
Because it's not even like I'm having a drink. It's like I'm at Mardi Gras and you're here at a kid's party.
People are just, it was interesting. It was an interesting dynamic.
They say watching literally any kid's show. Now, I will debate Reddit on this because there are a few kids shows, oddly enough, that I like. Phineas and Ferb actually is a cartoon I probably would sit down and watch on my own. It's actually a pretty decent show. Sometimes I caught myself watching SpongeBob without my kid.
Look, back in the day, I could get lost in Blue's Clues. I could. I liked it.
Scooby-Doo, I would watch that all by myself.
Oh, cartoons, definitely. There's definitely good cartoons out there.
Yeah. And oddly enough, there are some stupid, like, Disney Channel shows that I would sit there and, like, my kid, I'm sitting there, I'm watching TV, I turn around, my kids have been gone for a while.
Aunt Ann, huge iCarly fan. Loved iCarly.
I loved iCarly. iCarly was great.
A big fan, actually.
That's So Raven was a really good. Yeah, in fact, we got to put together a list of adult-approved Disney shows because there are a few, and there are a few Nick shows too that are pretty good too. Staying up late. Screw that. I want to go to bed early.
Do you like staying up late, or do you kind of dread it? If you have even if you have nothing to do the next day, do you still not like it?
I only like staying up late if there's something to stay up late for.
Watching TV, you start to get depressed, don't you?
I'm okay with it, but so often I am hit with something early in the morning I have to do. That's just where my life has been for a long time. When you start to have kids, job, responsibility, that kind of stuff, there's always something waiting for you in the morning, man.
Yeah,
there's no time to sleep in.
It sucks.
Say I go to bed early still. Logan and Jake Paul, great for a kid, bad for an adult.
Yeah, I would say it's not good for kids either. Gosh, those guys are unbearable.
Oh man, it's tough. It is tough. And summer vacation, yes, great for a kid, bad for an adult, because it puts a lot of stress. I mean, as an adult, there's not a lot of reward for it. And in South Florida, all it does is get hot for us. Then you got to deal with your kid. You're like, what am I going to do with them?
I can't believe summer vacation's in 3 months from now.
If you are a parent, you know you're getting spammed right now with all the summer camps.
Dude, what is that? Where
the advertising is all over the place.
We just were doing back to the school crap.
Yeah, it's all over the place already. So, Anything else you want to throw into the mix? 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. Somebody said, I watched the entire series of The Regular Show without my kids. It's awesome. I'm not sure what The Regular Show is. Anybody know that? The Regular Show. That's one I don't think I know. Even Stevens.
Yeah.
That was the one that had Shia LaBeouf in it, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay. All right. You know what the Regular Show is, Denny's?
Yeah, it's got that blue bird as one of the characters, and then the raccoon. It's kind of, but that one's weird. That one's kind of like made for teenagers or adults.
It sounds like it's not a stoner cartoon, is it?
It kind of is. Yeah, I mean, it was on Cartoon Network, but it was clearly made for, I think, teenagers. Kind of like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said, good for kids, bad for the adults, Christmas. You could argue that.
I don't know. Who wrote that? Ebenezer Scrooge?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Jeez.
I think he was talking about somebody that's overstressed, and that's just it. If you're, making yourself too stressed with Christmas, I love Christmas.
Yeah, don't get stressed out about Christmas.
But then I do nothing to prepare for it.
Yeah, you don't do anything shopping, of course.
I don't do anything.
I don't do anything either. That's why I'm like, don't worry about Christmas.
I'm like, who doesn't like that? I love it. I'm a big fan of it. And this just came. This is interesting. In the Whacked Out News, we were talking about apparently the cleaning crew. One guy tried to bail early without doing all of his stuff and pin it on his coworker, and his coworker's like, grabs a machete and starts chasing him around the food court at the Palm Beach outlets. And Sal from Stewart said, yeah, it happened at the outlets while it was open. My wife and I were there at Haagen-Dazs, which is directly across from the food court. I know exactly what it is. But through the window, you saw everything happen. And after he stabbed the guy, he started chasing people out of the food court with the machete. People were running into stores and locking the doors. It was a crazy scene. It all happened at 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night.
Now, I wonder if he'll text us back. Did you continue to eat your Haagen-Dazs? Or were you like, all right, I got to get out of here?
Good question. Last thing he put, the police found him in the bathroom cleaning the machete.
Really?
Oh, so creepy.
Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
machetes is one of the creepier weapons for me, personally. I think it's so creepy, the machete.
Knives and machetes, that's an intimate attack right there.
Wow. Okay. All right, well, thank you for the update there, Sal. 877-979-WRMF.
Do you need more KVJ Show? Find everything KVJ at kvjshow.com.
What we're going to do, it's the #1 movie again this last weekend. It is How to Train Your Dragon 18. I don't know how many they got. Was it second, third, something like that?
A bunch of them.
I got a bunch of them. So we're going to play a fun game. If you know the movie and you've seen it, this will help out. It's going to be Dragon or Drag Queen.
Okay.
Yeah. Dragon or Drag Queen. That's the name of it. So you can jump on the line. 877-979-WRMF. We'll get that. Somebody is texting here talking about what had happened at the Palm Beach outlets. The cleaning guy grabs a machete and goes after the other dude. Somebody said that guy's lucky nobody didn't have a gun, especially in South Florida. He was chasing people. Yeah, the machete, you can see that. Yeah, concealed carry and all that.
Were people trying to get the guy to tackle him or stop him, or was people so horrified they just kind of froze?
All I'm going with is Sal's text. Yeah, maybe we could get Sal on to give us the eyewitness. He had said that you saw everything happen, and after he stabbed the guy, he started chasing people out of the food court with the machete. People were running into stores and locking the doors. It was crazy. The scene happened at 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night. The police then found him in the bathroom cleaning the machete. Mm-hmm.
Do you run or you try to take him out? Or you don't know?
No, I'm probably trying to get my family to safety. I mean, that's probably the number one thing.
It's just me and you at the food court.
Just you
you're
and
drinking
I?
water. I'm having pizza, and we see this go down, and we're
Yeah.
close to the guy, and he's going. He's trying to stab people. Do we run or do we try to take him out?
Well, I think you got to see exactly what the situation is. It's like if he's coming at you with a machete, there's man versus machete. It's going to be tough unless you got some serious knife fighting skills.
But me and you have a shot to
Yeah, if
take
I had a
him
shot, yeah.
out.
Yeah, if I had a shot, I would do it. Like
We got to come up with a code though, like a look that we both.
You got to
know.
distract him. You got to separate. If it's you and I, you got to separate. Like you got to go over to one side. We can't be bunched up together because it's two dudes, one swing. So you got to kind of separate. You got to distract him, so he's got to turn his head. When he turns his head, I take him out.
That's why we have to work on that look where I lick my lips or I.
No,
flick
let's not do that.
All
He's
right.
gonna, yeah.
Too sensual.
Let's not.
Well, maybe that'll distract him. I don't know. We gotta come up with a look.
Yeah, licking the lips is not the code.
Okay.
That's not where we want to go with that. Somebody said, yes. What do you think about axes? Are axes creepy?
Yes.
It's all creepy.
If you woke up and someone was standing over your bed with an axe, holy crap.
Yeah.
You are pooping your pants.
Anything that's sharp that can cut me is creepy. Yeah.
I feel like a axe and a knife is creepier than a gun. Not to say I wouldn't be horrified with a gun, because I would be, but like you were saying,
it's more personal.
It is, man. It's a different level.
It's somebody. It seems like they're at a different level of psychosis because they have no problem getting close to their victim.
Yes.
I've heard that. I've heard actually people talk about that there is something to that. It's tougher to stab somebody if you care about people.
Someone walks in with a bomb. I'm scared, but it's still not as creepy as the axe.
Exactly. There you go. We've got Leslie on here from Boynton Beach. She's going to play Dragon or Drag Queen. Hello, Leslie.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. You saw the How to Train Your Dragon?
I did, yes.
And do you know which movie is this on? Which number are they on now?
Number 2. Oh, no, number 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, you lose track of these things. Okay, so it's a DreamWorks movie on movie number 3. So what you got to do, you got to get 2 out of 3 to win tickets to Universal Orlando, okay?
Sounds good.
Simple enough. Okay, here we go. Is this a dragon or is it a drag queen? Night Fury.
That is a dragon.
It's got to be a dragon.
Think so, Night Fury? Yeah. Okay, bam. There's one. There's one. You get this one right. How easy is that? You got Universal Orlando tickets. Okay, what do you think?
Amazing.
Vaselina.
I got this.
Vaselina. Is that a dragon or a drag queen?
That's a drag queen.
Vaselina Pennington. It's got a ring.
You going to name your daughter that?
No, I'm not.
Vaselina survey says, yeah! Look at that. And just like that. How easy is that? Going to hook you up with those Universal Orlando tickets. Congratulations. And there's a cool thing that goes with it, too. Because what we're going to do, we're going to hook you up with the pair of one-day park-to-park tickets with the parking pass, plus you qualify for the grand prize with 4 Universal Orlando 2-park preferred annual passes, okay?
That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
Oh, you
awesome.
are so welcome.
That game was still harder than Denny's or Animal.
It was, yeah. We got so many great prizes this week. I'm telling you, our games are going to be pretty easy because I got to give away so many tickets. I got Universal, I got Disney on Ice, I got Rapids Water Park.
Wow, those are all great tickets.
Those
don't
tickets.
Suck at all. Those
no,
are
they're
good
all
stuff.
Fantastic tickets.
Sometimes we'll get tickets. Those are good tickets.
They're good tickets. Really good tickets we got for you this week, so you definitely don't want to miss any of that. Coming up here in a second, yesterday we found out that Jaybird was a sauce snob. You're a sauce snob.
I am. I own it. I'm
Yeah.
a grilled cheese snob as well. You know, I make no apologies.
So I want to run a couple new sauces by you. Condiment combos.
Oh,
Is
okay.
what it's all about. We were talking about the dude with the machete at the Palm Beach outlet running around all crazy. Sounds like an insane scene that was going on there. Hopefully I'm going to talk to Sal here in a second. He was an eyewitness to it all just to find out exactly just how crazy it was and what was going on. You said that you and Denny's were having a debate because we were talking about the crazy blades that are out there. And do you rank them in level of horror? Because you've got an axe, you got a machete, you got a sword. I mean, I don't know. To me, they're all pretty horrifying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, every weapon's horrifying if used against you. But there's certain ones that are creepier, without a doubt.
I think I would want to face the axe first.
Yeah, I feel I could defend against an axe more than a knife.
Less blade action. You could, put your hand up, block.
Yes. Try to get the wood part of the axe.
Yeah, and that's why I think a sword would be the most difficult. I think machete is a little bit shorter.
Big old knife, though. Those are.
It is. Yeah, I hear you. Maybe it's a little bit thicker, hacking power, but I think a sword is the worst because that stabs, I think, better than a machete. It's just a thought. Could be wrong on that. You and Denny's had a debate on if you had a serial killer try to kill you and they were given an item, and if they didn't kill you with that item, then you get to go free. What item would you want them to try to kill you with?
Yeah, basically, if they have 30 minutes to try to kill you with this one item, and if you can get out of it.
This was last night's
just friendly conversations.
Yeah, just friendly conversations.
I wrote it down. Your murderer says you get to choose one object. If I can't kill you with that item, you get to leave. What item do you choose? And they've got about 15 minutes to do it. I said a stick of butter. I don't think there's any way you could kill me with a stick of butter. How? How could you kill me?
It would have to be suffocation.
I don't know, man. I would swallow that. Do much butter I can swallow in one sitting. I don't want to brag, but I mean, I could take down 3 at least. I mean, you've seen me do it. I don't have to. I don't have to give you my stats.
Yeah, I think there's some items that no matter how hard you try, I don't know. Could you? Because that was the one thing. If you ever seen John Wick, they're coming out with John Wick 3. I saw him take out 5 men in a bar with a pencil, or whatever it is, 3 men, or he killed 3 men with a bar and a pencil.
John Wick could not kill me with the stick of butter. Sorry, I'm not talking with the box. I'm saying just a stick of butter. There's no way you could do that, even if you try to suffocate me.
I'm going with miniature marshmallow. There's no way you could kill someone with a miniature marshmallow.
Yes, you could.
No, you couldn't. How?
Well, so they'd have a bag. We were talking like they'd have a bag of marshmallows would be the thing.
You could choke somebody with a miniature marshmallow. I don't know if you could choke me out with butter.
I got a whole pack of butter then.
I don't know, man. I think
he's saying even 4 sticks of butter, he's not going down.
I could swallow that. If you're trying to suffocate me, if you want to recreate it, we can.
I know we're doing tomorrow.
Yeah, seriously. There's no way you're gonna be able to choke me out with butter, brother. I'm telling you.
We're gonna need paramedics standing by. We're going to try to kill Jaybird with butter.
We got that one goofy paramedic that always helps us out. I love it. He's great.
Okay, that's tomorrow's challenge.
I love it. And be forceful.
Yeah.
I challenge you.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah. You're going to get that butter hard.
I challenge you.
Yes. Sal is on here. He was at the Palm Beach Outlets when this all happened. If you missed the story, it was, I think, 2 cleaning guys. One was a 43-year-old dude, and his guy who his coworker apparently was trying to bail out of work early and leave a lot of his jobs for him. He's like, oh, no, you don't. So he grabbed a machete out of his locker and chased the guy around out of the outlets. People run into stores. When the cops finally got there, apparently this 43-year-old dude was sitting in the bathroom cleaning his machete.
And our guy right here, he was at Haagen-Dazs eating ice cream?
Yeah, he's at Haagen-Dazs, and you saw it going on. Now, in the text you sent us, you said you saw people running out of the food court there at the Palm Beach Outlets, and they're running to other stores and locking doors. Sounds like it's kind of chaotic.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. My wife and I were at the outlets pretty much, a good portion of the afternoon and stuff. So before we left, my wife wanted to get Haagen-Dazs. So we're sitting there just, whatever. And all of a sudden you see, I guess, where the security offices over there, they have lockers, I guess, for like the staff and stuff. And you see a guy walk around the corner with this big machete, and he takes a swing at the guy, and the guy throws his arm up, and it stabs him through the arm.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he starts trying to run away. The guy grabs his shirt and swings it again and catches him, like, on the back of the neck. And then he started wrestling with him a little bit, so he got his hands all cut up. And he wound up running back to the security guy. The security guy dragged him inside of the security office.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, there was people that, like, scattered to, like, the sides of the food court. So he started looking around at the people inside the food court and started walking towards them.
Oh, my gosh.
They all bailed out of the food court. Everybody started running into Haagen-Dazs, running into all the other little stores and just jamming the doors shut and locking them. We must have had, like, 40 people inside of Haagen-Dazs. It was crazy.
Sir, did you...
Like, man.
Wow.
Did you actually finish your ice cream after all that, or were you just like, I can't eat?
Well, we were just finishing. We were about ready to leave.
Wow.
Okay, so you had finished your ice cream.
Right out into it.
Now, did anybody try to take the guy out? Because that's what Jaber was saying. If we were there, would we have gone and... No.
Not at all.
Wow.
No. They saw him walking towards them with a bloody machete, and everybody just lost their mind.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
You're right. If someone had a gun and saw that...
Yeah. How many people would you say, if you had to guesstimate, were in the food court area?
Oh, probably. It was pretty much packed. It was like almost with a dinner rush.
That's insane.
It was pretty much absolutely packed.
Wow. Okay.
So he basically walked through a cloud of people to get to this guy to take his first swing. So if he misses with that first swing, more than likely he hits somebody else.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
You
just never know.
If someone was to have shot him, would they have gotten in trouble?
No.
Even from behind? Let's say they see him doing all this stuff?
No, because, I think he'd have been okay. I think, because he's threatening the life of somebody else, and you can use deadly force if it's to protect someone else. When you have a machete and you're swinging it wildly in a jam-packed food court.
Yeah, man.
Yes, somebody would be able to drop him, and you'd be fine. In Florida especially, they'd be like, okay, that's justified homicide. So, Wow.
That's horrifying.
That is some crazy stuff. That sounds like something you see in a movie.
It does.
Sal.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for sharing the story. I'm glad you enjoyed your ice cream.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay.
I got a feeling Sal's a cookies and cream kind of guy. I got that vibe.
Okay. What do you think, Sal?
I mean, cookies and cream is also awesome, but Haagen-Dazs just came out with the bourbon ice cream and the Irish cream, and the Irish cream was amazing.
Bailey's Irish cream is the best ice cream they got there. That's the best one.
Well, thank you for getting to the hard-hitting questions today, Jay-Bird.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Yeah, really, boy, you put him through the ringer. What do you think about this little concoction here? Apparently, they've been having some success, Heinz has, with the mayo ketchup they did, the mayo chup.
Yeah.
They brought it out in the U.S. last fall, and now they're adding 2 new sauces, a mayo mustard combo called Mayo Must, and a mayo barbecue sauce hybrid called Mayo Q.
Yeah, no, those are great sauces back in 1989 when I was doing it.
So you're not impressed?
I mean,
you're not buying? I mean, you wouldn't see this and be like, oh, that's so convenient because they're already mixed together for me.
Some of those store-bought, and the only one I really like is the ketchup with Heinz and the honey in it.
Oh, that one's good.
Some of the ones when they mix them together, it's not the same when you
different.
do it yourself. I'd rather take mustard and mayo that I had and put them together myself than to have it in what they've done.
Because it's weird, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't control the amount of mayo in it.
Right, you get to
Gosh.
put your own mixture together because some people might want less mayo, more mayo, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and mayonnaise is scary, man. If you leave it out, I wouldn't even risk it.
Mayonnaise is scary. I'll tell you what's not scary. Butter. Sticks of butter. You can't murder me with it.
Yeah, no, people are talking about how you can. And how your idea was terrible. What if you froze the butter, use it as a bludgeon? 4 frozen sticks of butter could be pretty good for a weapon that way.
Hit for 15 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a regular stick of butter, not frozen. Now you're throwing
If the
off-
butter is just simply refrigerated, you would not be able to eat it fast enough and you would choke. If that was force-fed to you and somebody crammed it down your throat and then taped your mouth shut, yes, you're dead.
No way.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't think those people know how much butter I can swallow in bulk.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't think they know.
All right. We just need that paramedic with a some utensil that will get butter out of someone's esophagus when they're choking to death.
No.
We get that, baby. Tomorrow's show, man, is going to be a doozy.
Look at you listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. Lucky.
I can just tell you this. There's a lot of people who want to kill you with butter.
I know.
It's crazy. Yeah, you said that would be the one item if a serial killer was coming at you and you'd be like, okay, you only get one item to try to kill me with, and what, they have what is the time limit on it?
You can make the time limit to whatever you want. I capped it off at 15 minutes. They have 15 minutes to kill you with this item.
Okay, yeah. Well, people were saying, look, Jaybird, at first I was thinking, oh my gosh, how horrible. Please do not put the stick of butter in Jaybird's mouth to try to see if you can suffocate him with it, because I think that's the easiest thing. But now that I'm thinking about it, he probably would love to go dying doing a gag on the radio show.
Well, there's worse ways to go.
Yeah, I think you said that, yeah. Somebody said that, they messed up, just melt the butter and pour it in his nose.
That would not kill me. I would just snort it.
I don't know. I think you're thinking you can consume all this butter and that quickly. Like somebody texted in and said a couple years ago, I actually paid a buddy of mine $20 to eat a refrigerated stick of butter at a party, and he did it in about 5 bites, but it was extremely difficult for him to do it, and it took a few minutes to chew each bite. This would be 4 sticks of butter coming at you pretty fast.
All right.
Just
well,
saying.
okay. Well, let's delve into it tomorrow.
Let's see if we can kill you with
I know
butter.
there's a lot of chatter about this, and there's some people who really, you want me to die.
Anyway, it's going to be entertaining. Okay. All right. We got the After the Show podcast going to be coming up here in just a couple of minutes. So we'd love for you to jump on and join us there. It's going to be live on YouTube that you can check out. And I cannot find your other bed, so I'm going to divert back to the old bed here.
Oh, there's Old Faithful.
Yeah, the Old Faithful. Hi, Denny. Did you try to get hold of Virginia? She not answer? Uh-oh. Wonder what Vicious V's up to.
I wonder.
Well, I retweeted something that I saw from her in New Orleans. She's there. It's Fat Tuesday right now, and she is licking an oyster shell. It's like there's an oyster in it, and she's got her tongue out going, her eyes are
It's pretty
closed.
gross.
Yeah. It is pretty gross, yeah.
Even for Virginia, it was pretty gross.
Yeah. So I imagine that's probably why we can't get a hold of her today. So she'll be back with us on Friday. She's going to be going at it hard again today in New Orleans, and then she'll be making her way back tomorrow and Thursday.
Her voice could be all blown out.
Oh, she'll be sick. She'll be,
this is going to be another 5 days of,
Yeah.
oh, Mama can't do it anymore.
She'll be back, but she won't be back.
Yeah.
Probably next week's when you're going to get a full Virginia.
Okay, we got a special treat today.
What's that?
This is a positive thought that producer Denny's sent me.
Oh, wow. I wonder where he got this. Okay.
So
That's amazing. What head shop did this come from?
Staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It means that even on hard days, you know that better days are coming.
Wow, Denny's. That's just kind of like the Denny's outlook to life.
Gosh, that's so peaceful.
I love that. Really sets a tone, man. That was fantastic. Thank you, Denny's.
This is the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.